Turn the steering wheel. Same spot? Yeah, we at the same spot. Coffee. Shout out to you beautiful ones out there. Be just doing y'all thing. I watch a beautiful swirl team. Kevin, I don't know what's your name, baby. I don't be. That's a good thing. I don't need to know your name. But Kevin, his wife, and stuff, all up in their business. Just focus on Kev. Don't be focused on wife. Keep it cordial. But they be coming and stuff and bringing some nice meat and potatoes. Love my new team and stuff. Hey, you know what? Beautiful, Bo, for real. Thank you for that. All right, you and your beloved reason. Like I told that other beloved before that, we'll get you back on the team, baby. Subscribe to you because I know that means a lot to y'all. Y'all seeing things and wavering, and I was young too and persuasive in ways, but just because people couldn't persuade me against folks and all that stuff with their words and stuff until I seen from my eyes and went through it. I'm different like that, but I give people benefit of the doubt. But I understand young folks, getting pumped up in their ear and stuff, and especially money. Shh, man, come on, money God, cuz. If think about it. What's it? If it ain't Most High, who? Think about that. If Most High ain't down here winning, then who is? I'll be striking some of us like, God damn! You mean the devil gonna win sometimes? Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times. Why, Sean? Because more people want the devil to win. Sometimes it's comfortable the devil win. You know what I'm saying? Easy to work for the devil than work for myself. Damn. Let's get off that though. You seem like you ain't got nobody work. Well, do you got? No, nobody work for me. Ain't nobody put out. We disciples, right? Shh. All right, Most High, we work for Most High. All right, and if God hired us, all right, let's go. The Q, I put them colors together. Very beautiful, man. My Rubik's Cube, it can be mixed up, but before we can put it together nicely, quick. Watch this on this timeline, y'all. But okay, so now that you understand your spirit, your soul never dies until you have accomplished your task mission. 7 heavens, for sure, firmament in there. So then there's realm between the 7 heavens, boom. So that makes 8, and then whatever realm that we on, us humans, make 9, right? That's always been in tone, right? So it's not something new. I didn't just make that up. I understand. So that means if there's levels of measurement to know of, then there's levels of Alpha Omega belongs to Most High, always concepts, and will end when, and this is just mine, the concept of the woman, what brings the portal, is forgotten about or doesn't exist anymore. There it is. Because you cannot continue without them. But yet, man today is trying to assimilate that they can. That's where Quan came in. Cool. All right. And that's not gonna, it's not gonna be exist. That's gonna exist, but it's not gonna be lasting. It's not Most High. It's not God. It's us. And you know everything we make. Pay attention. See how it go? Everything we make, okay, dies. Has a timetable, but not Most High. See how it go? All right, so Q had a beautiful thing. She said, lifetime before, we talked about what you despise in one lifetime, you come back in a new lifetime. You don't like to see women being PIP'd and lower totem pole, da-da-da, treated like da-da-da, woo-woo-woo. How do you know? At 5, you find quick attraction. See it for what it is. But it's different. It's not, you don't feel dirty. You don't feel ostracized like it's, you know? Your mother talked to you and educate you on the reality, fantasy, cosplay, all that kind of stuff, right? Don't look at love. It's not, but it's love and the beauty of the art of what they're doing. Cool. Not to leave you off point, but just give you a visualize for yourself, because I have so many of them, of beautiful ones, beloveds, that they operate in that. They look at it like that. They respect it for that, right? And you got others just like, you are who we are, cool. Point of it. So today I detest this, right? Because no doubt in some of the timeline before, I was operating in this. It's not so much like Quan say, the pimple, woo. No, it's the, we understand Solomon, King Solomon. There was so many King Solomon type though. It's just King Solomon came with the visionary of it and the whole purpose of his time in the temple of it. He was, in a way, nullifying none, but not in that type of. He was taking the same concept with the nuns that they were doing. And that was a lot around, right? Because the women were getting raped and pillaged. I watched the tribe in, what's that? In the hills in Tibet. And this still exists with the temples, not what they do, but the effects still linger within their lineage. They would go and, Quan talked about it. She knew I was coming. Go war with each other, right? Take each other's women, right? Freely. Just, that was what it was. Not even war, just come to your camp, just there. So what the women didn't like that, right? So what the women do, they go and devalue themselves, cut their lip, boom, do that stuff, devalue themselves. So then when them came around, they're like, what the hell? Real talk. So you come before I started seeing more folks registering to the alternative lifestyle, S, ending with X, more, not freely, but more comfortable within themselves. Now many be like, man, it's in the water, and it. Yeah, we can attribute things to a lot of things in the element. But one thing you better understand is the soul, once tapped in, is much stronger than the body ever could be. Yeah. That's why you see people stand up with courage and because whatever you do to the physical, bro, I know my soul, I know my spirit. That's the one you're going to have to worry about. This flesh, it's just supposed to be the shield, but understanding what I'm connected to and who I am, you're going to have to worry about my spirit after that. You know what I'm saying? And we register that because we say stuff like, don't say Candyman or don't say Freddy Krueger. Play with me if you want to. So, now, layman, let's watch this. Past lifetime. Say I'm a female, because Quan already did it for us. I'm a female and, no, let's say you females, right? Some of y'all are about it. And you were the ones that were part of my karmic behavior. You were on that. Let's finish this though. It was a part of, just like we got poly and stuff like that. So I'm talking about, that's how we at one time was. So the extension of that was, watch this, don't this make sense? You in poly relationship back then, right? And you fortunate, because actually being in a poly relationship and all that stuff meant back then meant you were accomplished. It was your hierarchy and stuff like that. This is real, because how else you gonna get, this many wives? You had to be prominent. People around it just wasn't going, yeah, take my daughter and stuff like that. And you ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, women being abused like this, men of hierarchy said, the women of the hierarchy, the three, say it's three, would talk to the husband, say, my da 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 da, she go through so much, da da. Women, they talk, and he's sitting there like, damn, my three wives, woo woo woo, they running my ear off about their friends, and they getting this and none and da da da. So after a while, they run on you because your house ain't whatever. So what do? You get richer and richer or whatever, and you say, okay, tell Martha, you start taking in these abused women. It makes sense to me. You got space, ain't doing that, right? And your women like it. They cool. They ain't gonna get abused by you, and you gonna protect them. And 9 times 10, sometimes it's not about a thing or whatever. Sometimes it was, because, got creeps and everything over there. But a lot of times it was for the women to come in a safe haven, for them to come there and build themselves up. Boom, boom, boom. Their kid to grow up. These men was killing the kid, didn't want the kid, just like the Lion in the Jungle. The children to grow up. So then the man had a chance, the good man who ain't involved actually with the person or whatever, raising good boys and stuff like that, and then other good men are doing the same thing, and then that's our generation that I'm telling you, right? So, okay. Let's travel. Cut. See you in the next one.